Okay, so I am going to get my supplies. I need a piece of wax paper, a Sharpie, my glue bowl, and some scrap pieces of yarn. I'm gonna start with my wax paper, and I need to write my name in the bottom or the top and my class code, just so that we know this belongs to us. And I need to figure out what letter I would like to do. So I'm gonna do one letter, and it could be the first letter of my first name or the first letter of my last name, whichever one you want. I'm gonna do a T because I've already done an R. So here's my R from last time. So I'm gonna do a T. I'm just gonna write a nice big normal capital T for Taylor. And then I'm gonna create a bubble around this T. So my normal T became the skeleton for the bubble. So now what I need to do is I'm gonna fill this bubble with yarn. So I don't need my Sharpie anymore, put that away. And I'm gonna get my scrap pieces of yarn. And then I need to make sure that my glue bowl is nice and mixed up. And I'm gonna take this yarn and drop it in my glue bowl. And I can use this stick to kind of make sure it's fully covered in glue. And then once I pull it out, I'm gonna kind of press that glue off because we don't want too much glue. And yes, your fingers are gonna be nice and sticky today. Then I'm gonna take this string and start to fill my shape. Now you can give it an outline like I'm starting to do, or you can just fill the shape however you want. So I'm gonna take my next piece and do the same thing. Cover it in glue, squeeze off that glue, make sure that part I was holding is nice and covered, and then I'm gonna finish outlining how I did it before. And so I've got the outer edge filled. So now I'm just gonna keep repeating this exact same process to fill my entire shape. So we wanna cover the whole thing with glue and yarn. Okay, so my entire T shape is filled. The last thing I want to do is carefully press these yarn pieces together and make sure nothing's sticking out weird because we don't want any flyaways. So I'm going to squish all of these pieces together. Everything should be covered in glue. And now I need to go rinse my hands off because they're covered in glue. Okay, I'm gonna check one last time that I wrote my full name and class code on here. Now I can't just pick this up and carry this like a piece of paper. We wanna be very careful and slide our hand underneath and hold it flat. And now we're gonna go place these carefully on the drying rack. Keep them flat so they can dry until next time. And if we don't finish today, that's okay. We're still gonna let it dry and we can add pieces to it again next week.